Good morning, Veritas All-Stars. Today is Friday, May 22nd, 2020. This is listed under your Google Classroom assignment for today. It's question number 4. This is our All-Star Challenge problem. So here we go. It says find the total volume in cubic centimeters of the irregular shape below. So we're finding the total volume. It's going to be in cubic centimeters. So I'm going to label my unit of measurement right now. It needs to be in cubic centimeters, which is centimeters cubed, or centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, because of the formula for volume is length times width times height. And since these dimensions are all centimeters, we're going to have a length of centimeters, a width of centimeters, and a height of centimeters. So when we find the volume, we'll have centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, which are centimeters cubed, or cubic centimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right there now to make sure I don't forget that. So let's find the total volume of this irregular shape. Okay, so you'll notice that this part here is taller than this part here. This is a little shorter. This is only 2, where this one is 4 centimeters. So we got to be careful. I'm going to cut it here. You can choose to cut it here and make it like this big long one on the bottom and then the small one on the top. Or we can cut it here and make it this tall rectangle here and this smaller rectangular prism there. Basically, we'll find the volume of this one, then we'll find the volume of this one, and then we'll add the two volumes together for the total volume. Okay, so we got to be careful though. Remember that sometimes these drawings are not drawn to scale, which means that they might look like the numbers don't match, but we're going to use the numbers that they gave us. Even if it doesn't quite look right, we're going to use the numbers that the math shows us are correct. Okay, so we got to find, why don't we start with this one, because we have the width, the length, and the height of this. So we have length, width, and height for this box here, because this is 4. That's the height. The width is 4 going this way, and the length is 3 going this way. So if this is 3 from here to here, that means this is the same size from here to here, right? They're just opposite sides of the box. So if that's 3, that means that's 3. And if this is 3, that also means that this is 3. Okay? So we already know 3 times 4 times 4 is going to be the volume for here. So 3 times 4 is 12, and then we'll do, since 3 times 4 is 12, then we have to do that times 4. 12 times 4 is 48 centimeters cubed. Okay, so the volume of this one here is 48 centimeters cubed. We did 3 times 4 times 4. Those 3 dimensions, length times width times height, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, are centimeters cubed. Okay, but that's just this section here. Now we got to find some more dimensions here. So we have a height of 2. So volume is length times width times a height of 2. So let's try to figure out what the width and the length are. Okay, all we have so far is 2. So now you're going to see 6 here, but remember 6 is from this whole side, from here all the way to here is 6. But using this 3 here, we know that this side is also 3. They're just opposite sides of the box. And if this is 3, that means this is also 3. So look, this is what I mean by it might not look accurate, but it is. We got to use the numbers they gave us. This is 3 from here to here. This bottom section right there is 3. The whole thing from here to here is 6. So even though this looks smaller than this, according to these numbers, they're not. This is 3, because that's 3, and all together they are 6. So 3 plus 3 gives us the total of 6. So this length here is 3. The height is 2. So we have 3 times blank times 2. So now we got to find how far is it wide. How wide is it from here to here? What's this dimension? Because we have 2. We have 3. Now we need to know how far is it going in that direction. So we're going to look at the rest of the picture. Okay? This is 4 from here to here. So that means this top part from here to here is also 4. Which means that this one over here is also 4. And since this and this are the same side of that box, this is also 4. So that was tricky because the 4 you had to find was from way over there. But if you were to just follow the top of this box along, whoop, it's the same 4 centimeters. Here and that side over there. It doesn't show it sticking way out in the back. So if this is 4, this is 4, this is 4, and it's the same distance, that is also 4. So now we have 3 times 4 times 2. So 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 is 24 centimeters cubed, because we did length centimeters times width centimeters times height centimeters. So we have 3 of them multiplied by themselves, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters. So this section is 24 centimeters cubed. Okay, now if this section here is 24 and this section here is 48, to find the total volume, add those two numbers. 48 plus 24, 48 plus 24, 8 plus 4 is 12, 4, 5, 6, 7. The answer is 72, and since it was centimeters cubed plus centimeters cubed, we're just adding the same unit of centimeters cubed together. So the answer is 72 centimeters cubed, and that is the total volume in cubic centimeters of the irregular shape below. We found this volume to be 48. That one was pretty straightforward. They gave us all these dimensions. 4 times 4 times 3 is 48. This one was a little harder because we had 2. Most likely some of you got confused and used 6, but remember 6 is the whole thing, and we're not using the whole thing. We're just using this section because this was already counted. That volume was already counted for here. So we're not going to use that again because then our answer wouldn't be accurate. We have to figure out that since this is 3, even though it doesn't look right, this has to be 3 because the total thing is 6. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So that was 3. This was 2. And since this is 4, we just follow the same side of the box around. This is also 4. So that was probably the hardest part right there, is finding that dimension there. All right, then you got 24 plus 48. Add them together. You get 72 centimeters cubed. And that's it. Give yourself some snaps if you got that. If not, your job now is to find out where did you make your mistake. Was it the 6? Or was it the 4? Those are probably the 2 spots where you would have made your mistake. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. See you later.